Jonathan, you can come in now.
Hello, Ms. Gutierrez. Thank you for taking time out of your day to meet with me.
Of course. You can go sit over there if you'd like. And please call me Amanda. So as I'm sure you know, my name's Amanda. I'm the executive producer here at Fox News, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about you. So please tell me about yourself.
My name is Jonathan Flagg. I am currently a sophomore in college. I am majoring in communications. In the past, I have worked for the communications department at my university, writing for the Daily News, which has helped me just work better and get a better experience in this field. I wrote newspaper articles as well as conducting interviews with fellow students, receiving feedback and information used to write those stories. I look forward to getting involved in the company to further expand my communication and interpersonal skills by having the opportunity to work in the communications and broadcasting department.
That's great. Now, what are 2 to 3 weaknesses that you think that you need to improve on?
I used to get so excited when starting new tasks that sometimes I would bite off a little more than I could chew. Although I do work well under pressure and when I have multiple things on my plate at once, I don't really seem too effective or efficient switching my focus between tasks. I've learned really to tweak that weakness and use it as a strength to really understand and tell myself no, and I could use 1 to 2 tasks and get those really completed to the best of my ability before really jumping into another task that may throw me off guard. Another weakness is my time management skills. In this field, management is an extremely important because working with this high pressure job with tons of deadlines and strict deadlines. I started using a calendar and a day planner to lay out my tasks specifically so that I could see when they are due and making sure that I give myself enough time to complete them and really prioritize the ones that are due first.
Wow, John, that's great. It seems like you're really working on some of your weaknesses. Can you give me an example of your ability to make decisions under pressure?
For a sports issue, one of the other students on my staff was assigned an article on how the sports teams were currently excelling. The deadline for the issue was in 2 days. Unfortunately, the student got sick and never interviewed the athletics department nor alerted my boss until 48 hours prior to the deadline. My boss asked me if I could do the article, which I accepted, but then felt a great amount of pressure. I completely canceled out the outside world and set up interviews, captains of each sports teams, and began this article. I also delegated the task of finding photos for the article to our photo editor, who was more than happy to help. I was able to finish the article on time. When I turned it in and it was published, my boss came up to me personally and was so impressed with the quality of my work and my ability to get it done in time that he promoted me to having the opportunity to write more leading roles.
That's great, John. It's so nice and refreshing and definitely a confidence booster when you can move up in a position. Now, what work or professional skills have you developed through your past experiences and how did you develop those?
One skill that I perfected through my previous position is definitely my writing skills. Because I write around 10 articles a week, which help shape my craft, I had to vary sentence structure and language as well as to learn to intrigue my audience. I also improved on my communication skills, both inside and outside of the workplace, by contributing my opinions and ideas in our staff meetings that are held bi-weekly, as well as during my conducted in-person and telephone interviews. It is definitely important to remember who I am talking to and changing my language based off of the personality of the person I am interviewing, as well as the overall goal of my article to make sure I am asking the right questions in order to have solid answers. A third skill I have developed was my confidence in my work by hearing positive feedback from all of my articles along with my interviews.
Great. Now, can you tell me about a time when you had to adapt to a wide variety of people by accepting and understanding their perspective?
I work with a similar program where I help new students, either freshmen or students new to the field, in learning about our communication program and teaching them to write articles and contribute to our team. Because I'm a little more experienced, I have to understand their perspective and know that some of them have very little to no experience, and remember that I was in their position just a few years ago. There was one specific incident when a new student to the team was given the task to write an article about a new school building that was being built next to the freshman residence hall. He was very biased and criticized the school and its building processes. I was assigned to proofread and critique his work. I did not freak out after remembering he was new, but I helped him to know as a writer for the school, even if you don't like what's happening, to remain non-biased and just report the event.
Thank you so much, John, for taking the time to come to get interviewed for this position. Do you have any other questions for me at all?
Yes, I was actually wondering if there will be as many opportunities to be in front of the camera as there are to be behind the camera. I was also wondering the range in articles per week, and also when do you think I will be hearing back from you?
Of course, and those are really great questions. With this position, you have a lot of wiggle room on what task will be delegated to you, so don't be nervous. There are definitely opportunities for you behind the camera as well as in front of the camera, talking to our audience. As far as your question for when you will be hearing back from me, it will be a phone call from me. You can expect that within a week, as well as an email from an intern if there are any other further questions that I need to be clarified from you. Great job today, John. It was such a pleasure to meet with you. I look forward to getting in contact with you in the near future.
Thank you.